Hello Kotlin learners, today we are exploring one of the fundamental and versatile data structure in Kotlin, list. Lists provide a dynamic way to store and manipulate collections of elements. Let's delve into the syntax and various operations you can perform on lists in Kotlin. So what I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna create a new project. Let's go to file, new project, name it as collections. So lists in Kotlin are ordered collections of elements. They can hold elements of any type and provide a range of useful functions for working with data. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the by default code over here. Let's create, okay, in main only we are gonna do it, no issues. So let's create an initialize a list. So what I'm gonna do is over here I'm declare a global variable of list. So I'm gonna initialize a list numbers list type is int list of suppose 1 2 3 4 5. Now once this is basically creating and initializing the list. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna access the elements in the list. So I could write something like println original list numbers. Once that is done, I'm going to access specific elements. Suppose if I have printed numbers, it will print all the elements. If I just try to run this, we'll wait for a few minutes. Okay, so these are all the elements in the list. Now suppose I want to access specific elements. Then how to do it? I'm going to say suppose val third element is equals to numbers box bracket, then the index, and there we go. So suppose I want to access, so the index of 1 of this position is 0, then it's 1 2 3 4. So suppose I want to access the number 4. Okay, so the index of the first element is 0, then 1, then 2, then it's 3. So I need to write 3 over here. Now in this case the third element is 3. For that I need to write 2 over here. Okay, because the index is 2. So it starts from 0 and it ends from n minus 1. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just print it. So I'm gonna say third element done. So in this example we created an initialized list of integers using the list of function. We can access elements in the list, demonstrating how to retrieve a specific element. Okay, third element, great. Now let's take one more example in which the list operation such as size, contains and index of we are going to use. So what I'm going to do is just remove this thing and remove this global list also. Under this I'm going to say I'm going to create a list. First of all I'm going to say val fruits list of, make sure O is capital, apple, banana, orange, ORANGE, and then suppose one more apple. Okay, Now once this is done, what we are gonna do is uh, we are gonna print list of fruits. Done. Now suppose I want to get the size of the list. So how I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say suppose val list size is equals to fruits dot size. That's simple. Okay, now I'm gonna suppose print it. So I'm gonna say print ln size of the list size. Done. So as of now the list size is 1 2 3 4. 4 elements are there, hence the list size is 4. Okay, now let's run the app first and let's see what's the output. Okay, the size of the list is 4. Great. Now suppose I want to check if the list contains an element or not. Then how to do it? So I'm gonna say val contains banana. Suppose I'm gonna say fruits dot contains. I'm gonna say just copy this text banana and paste it over here. I'm gonna just check whether the list contains banana or not. I'm gonna print it. I'm gonna say contains banana question mark and contain banana. It will return a boolean value. Okay, in true or false. Then suppose I want to find the index of an element. So how to do it? I'm gonna say val index of orange suppose. Then I'm gonna say fruit dot index of orange. Then I'm gonna print it. Index of orange. Okay, let's see what's the output for this. Here we showcase common list operations such as getting the size of the list, checking if an element is present, and finding the index of the specific element. Now if you see size of the list is contains banana, true, banana is there, great. Index of orange is 2, that is 0 1 2. Okay, now suppose there are two apples in this, right? So suppose I try to just copy this thing and try to paste it over. Let's see what will be the output for this. Either what it should return, it should return either 0 or it should return either 3, but let's see what it will return and then I'm going to explain. Great, it is returning 0. That means the first element that the compiler will get, it will try to print that only. Okay, great. So let's take one more example. This time we are gonna modify the list by adding and removing some elements. I'm just gonna remove this. Okay, now let's create a list again. I'm gonna say val, suppose this time colors is equals to, I'm gonna say mutable list this time so that I could make all sort of changes. I'm gonna say red, I'm gonna say green, and I'm gonna say blue. Then I'm gonna print it. So mutable list is more or less similar to array list in Java, and the normal list is similar to arrays. Okay, in Java. So this is, we are gonna print it, print the whole list. Now suppose I want to add an element into it. So how to do it? I'm gonna see this. It's very simple. Colors dot add, name the color. I'm gonna say yellow. copy this, print it over here. List after adding, I'm gonna say. Done. Now then we are gonna remove an element. So I'm gonna say colors dot remove green. Just copy this, paste it over here. List after removing. I think it's done. Let's run the app and let's see. So in this example, we use a mutable list to demonstrate adding and removing elements from a list, showcasing the dynamic nature of mutable list. So the original list was with these three colors RGB, then we added yellow over here, and that's the list after adding yellow, and we removed green. So green is removed, we have only RBY. Okay. Let's take one more example this time. Okay. Now this time we are gonna do a list transformation using map and filters. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is remove. Okay. Let's do one thing. Map and filters. We are gonna do it in next lecture only. It's not an issue. We have a separate topic for that. Okay. Okay. So, and that concludes our exploration of lists in Kotlin. Lists are a powerful tool for managing collections of elements, offering a variety of operations to manipulate and transform data. Now go ahead, experiment with the list in your Kotlin projects and discover the flexibility they bring to your code. Happy coding. Meet you in the next lecture. Thank you.